Good morning, bicycle tinkerers. Yesterday I brought home this beauty that obviously wants a position inside my blue scrap metal container. But I brought it home for the rear wheel, and I think it will be perfect to fix the Phoenix bicycle that now still has a 26-inch rear wheel and a 28-inch front wheel. But other than that, I don't think this bicycle still has any usable parts. But yeah, you never know. Let's have a closer look at the rear wheel. To be honest, this wheel doesn't spin all that easy. But I'm thinking it's slowly getting better. Too bad I cannot use the pedals because the chain is all seized up from rust. There's a broken spoke. And there's another one. And it's not the same one. And did you see that, well, that leftover from that ring lock? And this part of the frame is bowed or totally bent. I think at some point this bicycle must have been stolen. The diameter of the flanges from the front wheel looks similar to the rear wheel. Maybe I can use a couple of spokes from this wheel. Or perhaps I have something else laying around. The only other thing that might be of any use to me is this aluminium handlebar. It's a lot nicer than that rusty old handlebar that is currently on the Phoenix bicycle. Alright, I say we scrap this thing. So the wheels are out and the handlebar is out, and the rest will go into the scrap metal container or the trash container. Next I'm going to remove these old tires, and then I will check the wheel in my truing stand. And of course at the same time I will replace the broken spokes that I'm hoping to take from the front wheel. So I replaced these couple of broken spokes with some stainless steel ones from the front wheel, and these stainless steel ones are a bit thinner and have smaller nibbles, and perhaps at some point one of the nipples, one of these smaller nipples will get pulled through the rim, but I guess something is better than nothing, and I'm not going to waste an hour of my time or a whole euro getting some proper sized spokes. So next I'm going to reinstall a piece of rim tape, a inner tube and a tire, and then I will replace the whole wheel. I never had a tire that was so difficult to install. It's rather stiff and very tight. And there's no name on the sidewall of the tire, but I'm sure it's made in Hong Kong country. I really should grow a third hand. The amount of cursing it took to get this far was embarrassing. So I'll get this done, but I'm switching off the camera. Another win. Lovely. It's the well fought battles that are the most rejoicing. Well, I placed the Phoenix Mentor bicycle upside down, and I'm done with my preparations with this new rear wheel, although I could have re-greased the bearings and cleaned everything, but I wasn't willing to spend that much time on this. I'm taking a gamble here. So now I need to take off the chain case and take off the rear wheel and place this new rear wheel. It's too bad there were no fitting chain tensioners on that old Union frame. Union. I already loosened up the brake reaction arm. But yeah, I guess this bicycle can go on for a few more years without proper chain tensioners. It has worked so far. And of course I will have to swap the rear cock onto the 28-inch wheel, but that's no problem. And if for some reason this replacement wheel is not working out, I will just place this 26-inch wheel back in the frame. There actually is less rust on this Shimano hub than on the one that is in my Sparta bicycle. Come on, work with me. Okay. Third time lucky. Not yet. Yeah, that worked. Alright, let's place this in the frame. And here's the new wheel. Wow. There is at least a centimeter of space between the frame. So I somehow need to space out this hub a little bit. I guess I need some washers. I went for the easy option and I just installed an extra nut here. There's already one on the other side, and I kind of liked it because the serrations on here will help keep the wheel in place, since, well, it doesn't have any chain tensioners. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, if this cock will end up inside the chain case at the same location. It kind of looked like it was a bit too far towards the inside. As you can see, the wheel is back inside the frame, and I used no washers, but on both sides and on the inside of the frame I used these serrated nuts. I thought that was a good idea, and I'm okay with the current setup. The wheel also spins better than when it was still in the old Union bicycle, although I do hear some slight crunching noises. I don't know. It might be nothing, but perhaps. Not sure. This wheel is also having some bearing problems. I guess time will tell. I guess that chain could be set just a little bit tighter. And with this setup, the cog went a little bit towards the inside of the frame, so it might be rubbing against the chain case. But so far so good. Well, at least it breaks, and something is rubbing the chain case. I'll try to bend this bracket a little bit. Maybe that will help. And before you know it, I went too far. The crank arm was rubbing against the trim piece here. I always get in trouble with these trim pieces. And I'm spending a huge amount of time trying to set up this chain case again. Alright, I'll get this sorted out till I like it, till I'm not longer annoyed with all of the scraping noises, and then I can finally take a test ride. I bent the bracket, the front bracket that holds the chain case, just a little bit, and now the crank arm is no longer rubbing against this trim piece. But it is rubbing somewhere inside of the chain case. Yeah, and this drives me crazy. And I could probably be tinkering with this thing till summer is over, but I'm not going to do that. So before the sun comes on this side of the building, I'm going to install that aluminium handlebar and take my test ride. So far, removing these grips isn't all that difficult. Next, I need to take the bell and loosen this up. Of course, I needed a flathead screwdriver. There's a chicken behind me. You can stay if you can keep quiet. Too bad I cannot use the stem, so I'm stuck with this rust patina for now. More metal for in the blue container, and here's the aluminium handlebar. Clumsy. Fuck. Let's pretend that never happened and start over. Here's the bell again. This might be a little bit longer. It's not really a huge upgrade, but it's something. It's time for a test ride on the local dirt road. I'm not sure about this handlebar. And now I need to try and navigate this damn roadblock on a coaster brake bicycle. Oh. I'm next to the concrete again, but I made it. Alright, it took a while before I found the time and energy to test out this old Phoenix bicycle, now that I have installed a bigger wheel and a different handlebar. Although, as you can see, the aluminium handlebar has been removed again because, well, I tried to raise the height of the handlebar and that didn't work out. The bolt that fixes the handlebar to the frame broke, and then I had to install something
something else. Alright, I also replaced the saddle because, well, it is winter and, well, the old saddle was leaking and I was getting a wet ass. So I installed the saddle from the Chinese bicycle. Oh, and by the way, the handlebar is also from the Chinese bicycle. And as a result of that, I now no longer have a belt. That kind of sucks. The 28-inch wheel, it rolls, but it made this bicycle kind of dragging, heavy to ride. With the 26-inch rear wheel, it was a lot faster. But okay, it is usable. Maybe it needs a rebuild, but yeah, not sure if I'm going to do that. So I'm planning to take a longer test ride, basically across a path that crosses that nature path that I cycled a while back. Look at that, all the water is gone. Well, it has been rather dry lately, so that's good. Another cyclist. Hello. And now I need to cross the road. I don't see or hear anything. So I will upload that test ride in a separate video, because this one is already way too long and nobody ever reaches the ends of my videos. And why should they? They are pretty boring. Hey. So I will link that test ride video or that bicycle ride video, but for now I'm going to stop. So till next time, like, share, yada yada yada, and to be continued. I guess it's time to cash in. Maybe I can buy a complete bicycle from this scrap.